Friday daf. Nobody's watching. And, of course, I'm just doing this for myself. Let's officially go live. My video is starting. Baba Basuri already started last night. A little bit of Daf Daled. And now we continue. We're up to Hakol Kamina Kamadina. Okay, so this is talking about that the guy is building a fence. Hakol Kamina Kamadina. Let's see. So I don't know how I have the basic mikdash on the screen, but whatever. Hakol Asuyei Mai. What's that being marbe? If it already said, the shiurim for Gvil Gazis, etc. La Suyi Asher Dehigi Bahitza V'Dafna, a place where the minig is to do it with Hitza V'Dafna, which yeshivish translation would just be like, whatever. But those are really two different words. Bahitza is Lulve to Kalim, and that is the Gemara in Sukkah about Hitzin Yarden. I think there's Gemara about snake venom and Shabbos Kahutza Yarka. Hitzah Lulve to Kanim. And Vidafna is, I think, is that the bay leaf plant? Anfe eitz armainim shekarin lure freishalai karin bees or bay. Oh, the bay leaf. Maybe it's laurel. Might be the laurel. Okay. Did you say Yanni? Okay. Yeah, it's laurel. Yanni? If the wall falls down because they built it b'shutfus, so the place and the stones are going to be both of theirs. I'm going to make sure this is actually streaming correctly. Yeah, it is. Why are we looking at the Beis HaMikdash? Because that was yesterday's daf. But technically speaking, we should be baboinging into back to our chatzeres. Oh, I didn't save my changes. Oh well. Fact the Gemara pshita zakt Rashi pshita davarim shel shneim. Of course, the stones are going to be both of theirs because they built it together. Da filu loy pasak lon dino demasnisan amon dino shemitchila ben shneim asua. Meaning it's not, lefikach implies because of this, because they have to build it together. But, al karach meycholkin b'shave avanim sheb'shashnei munachim v'yad mi mehem tigbar, tigbar, I guess. Le b'karach yigbar ish. So, right, if it collapsed in its place and it's in their rishus, so each of them has some of it, of course. It landed in the rishus of just one of them. It fell to the side. Or one of them scooped it onto his side. So you might think that would mean the other guy would have to prove it. Kamash Milan, that no, because we know they built it together. Hagon and Rashi beperish rach kamash malon but inan raya ella shutuf mapping mine bele raya the ilu de tondi did delay nino all of a raya will get gab nach inan live that the first aid quick in beperka bias ve aliyah betchilasai. Okay. He was immer beschützen gegeben anuch avanem which is chaver lekatu v'chas gas shos lav klumu shmina minat kol kagavna the milsa dia beschut fasel tervav gav the manche which is the khamenai le achol mit on di nino the beschus manche the kamelon shut from like the ad kan. This is sort of, I'm not really meaning the kamash malon then is the way I see it in this Haggah. It sounds like the Kamash Milan is a very broad thing about shutfim in general, that chazaka by shutfim doesn't mean anything. But I don't see how that would answer the question. I don't see how that's flowing from a lefichach. But because we know they built a b'shaveh, b'derech klal stam, so therefore there wouldn't be a din of hametz mechaber of haraya. V'chein begina, which, okay, makam shenagu ligder mechayv v'naisai, that if the minig is to do it, you do it. Hagufa kasha, the Gemara says it's a stira. Amrit, you said v'chein begina, that makam the Hagufa kasha, it's going on the hemshach. Okay. Amrit, you said v'chein begina makam shenagu ligder mechayv v'naisai, also in the garden. If the minig is to do it, you have to. So what if there's no minhag? But in a bika, right, in the wheat field, if the minig is not to, you don't. That would imply that bika would be, which is more lakula, stama would be mechayvin. Hashta stam gina armet loy stam bika mi boy. That's shver. Sagt Rashi, Asha stam gina armet loy, apisha hezekriya, kosher. What's they changing it to? Riya saw or something? Is someone trying to come in? Yes. I'm giving a shir right now. Oh, sorry. Omar Abaye, Achika Omar Abaye. Sagt Rashi, I makum shagu legdor lekanamas nisin abeka koi. Omar Achika Omar v'chein stam gina. V'chein begina. That the stomach says. And what is Makam Shanagu Legdar? That's going on Bika. Of Makam Shanagu Legdar, Bibika Machayvin, I say. Omar Le Ravar Frekt Ravan Abayim Kain, my Avol. What does it mean when the Mishnah says but? If you're saying that the Makam Shanagu Legdar is going on Bika, what does it mean but by a Bika? Imke my aval bika, I mean not salik, just finished talking about it. Vahachi boy. Le misni. Av magnagush like dar in machayven, I say the aval should be earlier. Elam arav achi katani v'chein stam gina. It is ke makim shnagu like dar dami umachayven, I say that a gina, the din is that there's a chiv to do it. Aval stam bika kamakim. So by a gina, if there's no minig, you have to. By a bika, if there's no minig, you don't have to. Obviously, if there is a minig, even a bika, yes. If there's no minig, even a gina, no. And I'm not sure either of those are a raya hezekriya by a chatzar because it's not as like tashmishay kavia exactly. We said before that gina is different. Now it's also Lamed, what's the lashon? Asur le Adam. This is Rabbi Abba Amar Funam Marav on Beis and Beis. Asur Adam Lamed bistei chavera bishashi yeberes bekemasa. Bistei, or there, what do they say on the side? Al stei chavera. That's what it is in Bav Mitzia also. Interesting. Okay, fine. Okay. So now we're talking about we have two guys, and this is not talking about a chatzah. This is talking about, let's say, a bik'ah situation. So I am going to go hardcore here and eradicate the houses. All right, so now, let's see, and let's fill in that boink, and let's also fill in that boink. All right, so now red and blue guy used to have a purple chutzner. They're splitting it, and there is no. This is a bika, sorry, and there is no chiv to build a wall. One of them wants to. Who's going to do it? Mr. Red is going to do it. My chazis, and we're talking about. So if so, then he's going to do it on his side if he wants a wall, and he's going to have to make a chazis, some sort of sign that it's his. So let's make a wall right now. All right, yeah, 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 8. Anyone ever read the book, Louis Sachar's rather serious book? I think it's called Fuzzy Mud. All right, here, now we have a nice wall running basically this thing, but yeah, might as well. Miyos Tov. Let's be mashlim the chayma. There. Oops. This part of the wall has gone underground. Let's go up. And let's move it over. And now we have a Geshmaka wall. Even though the height of it is like a Mesipis Ba'alma. But we can fix that part also. And let's raise it up. Moink. And I feel like we should move it over. And then let's just take that and do it times 2. And this up and up. And how many amas is this? 2 so far? No, it's already 4 amas. Okay, gewaldig. So now, Mr. Red, if you notice, built it all on his side. If I make things transparent, you can see that it's built on Mr. Red's territory. But how do we know that? So he built a chazis. My chazis, what does that mean? A sign. Amar Rav Huna, achpe le karna lebar. He bends the karna, the horn. Let's see what that means. Outside. Zogt Rashi, mekafi le karna lebar. Rashi so yikaf etzad chaveroi. He should bend the tips towards the other guy. This is talking about the pyre on the Mizbeach, that Roshi Agzirin, the tips of it, okay, v'chein machazeh mul machazeh de melachim. What's that talking about? I mean, it sounds like the Beis HaMikdash, but what's it talking about? Roshi on the start of Musavin Zemul Zeh. Ve'avid me'avroi. Let's see there. Roshi HaKodesh so we're adding stuff on to show that it's Mr. Red who built it. He's going to be, Rashi said in the first place that, it means the edge, okay. That it's thicker at the tip. Towards, oh man, let's see if there's a good way to do this. Wait, I almost did that. Ooh. This might just work. Yeah, it's working. Boing, boing. Oh, way too far. I knew that was going to happen. Oh. Okay, so now, if you see the tip of the wall is sticking out towards the guy who didn't build it. Okay. So that's what Rav Huna said. The Gemara, why would you do that? The Gemara wants to know. And really the truth is, since we're going to be talking about various arrangement options for it, I should have, here. Right, so you do like this. Frek the Gemara. Why do it that way? Why not do it? Why not do it going the other way? Right, so now it's going back into the side of the guy who did it. Whoa. Yeah, why are you doing it this way? Do it that way. V'nav milagav. So Gemara says, Avid Chavre. The other guy will also make one. Meaning, these are not that the bricks necessarily are extended, so maybe I shouldn't do it like that. Maybe what we should just do is show that there is a thickening of sorts, that he's putting on extra plaster, and that's going to be his chazis. And the question is, why do you make it on his side? Why do you make it on your side? And the answer is, if you do it on your side, the other guy, will make a chazis, and then he'll say it's his. So the Gemara is like, oh, that's not going to help, because why can't the other guy just blink away your chazis? So how does it help? V'nav milavar, guy is late, the guy will cut it off. Guys, oh, no, we're not up to that yet. V'nav milagav, v'chavri nami milavar, v'amri didi v'didehu, ihachi ashanami guy is late. Guy is late, chavri, v'amri didi v'didehu. Which Gemara answers, Gizuza made the idea. If the guy's actually going to, cut it off, that would be something which would leave a mark and it would be obvious. It's not, it wouldn't look suspicious that there's a double chazis. That's what you're supposed to do if they both built it. Hashtanami guy is lails, cut it off, lahi. And he'll argue that it's both of ours and no chazis was made. Okay, fine. That was the first lashon of Rav Huna. A different lashon that Rav Huna said that it should actually be on this side. Hey, what was that? Try that again. Oh, I see what happened. All right. Yeah, the chazis should be bloop, sticking out on this side, on the side of the guy who built the wall. Fret the Gemara. Why not do it on the other side? We're concerned that the other guy will chop it off. And therefore, to make sure that doesn't happen, boing, you should make it on your side. Frek the Gemara, the opposite kasha. Rashi says, Milagav v'tach lo'iluk mei parech chami b'chutz katani. The Mishnah does say mi b'chutz. We'll ask on that. Hihachi ashtanami layif lechavrei v'amar didi v'didehu. That the other guy will make his own chazis, and he'll claim that they both did it. And the word layif, Gemara didn't use that lashon before. It just said that avid chavei nami milavar. But layif le'mechaber chazis acheres etzidei layif, right? Villa faith. You have it by the Targum on Vaychaber V'chibar Toas Ha'oil. V'dideo, to which Gemara answers lifufa made the idea, adding something after the fact, after the original cement dries, and then you're adding something else that you can tell. The Mishnah says do it on the outer part. Kasha taka. It's a kasha. Rabbi Yochanan Omar neshaye be'amsa milivar. So, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong in the way that the way that I was doing it, I was making it as if the wall is it with that thing sticking out. But maybe it's taka supposed to be the whole thing leaning over that way. I'm not sure. But Rabbi Yochanan is talking about doing a very thin layer. He's talking about something which is, paper thin, or tit thin, that he's doing a layer of tit, especially if the stones are going to be more of like a beige color. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to color every single one of these stones. No, I will not, because they are instances, components, whatever you want to call. Excuse me? Much better. All right, so now you can very clearly see that there's this line of tit on it. So, the Amsa Milivar. So it is the red guy in our story who did it. And the Yochanan is saying, where should you do it? On the other side. Let's move it a tiny bit more. There we go. To which the Gemara asks, why don't you make it on your side? And the Gemara's like, no, you can't do that because then the other guy is also going to do it. Here, let's move that a little bit. Yeah, so you do it on your side. Why not do it on your side? Because the other guy will also do it on his side and say that he did it. So Nishai ba'amsa milavar v'nav milagav avil chavrei milavar v'amar didi v'didehu ihachi hashanami dekafalei chavrei v'amar didi v'didehu. So same problem that we're saying. So you're just going to have it on your side. You can't do it on your side because then the other guy will do it only on his side. No, you have to do it on your side and not on his. No, you do it mi b'chutz. Try that again. Yeah, you're doing a chazis on his side. Why don't you do it on your side? Because we're afraid that the guy will also do one on his side and say that's both of theirs. Hashtanami. If you make it only on his side, he'll peel it away. To which the Gemara gives the same answer as before. So again, he's going to peel it off. So the Gemara answers, Kiluva mediyadiyah, it would be recognizable that he did it. Okay. Rashi Mekaplai. That's an interesting Rashi. What's the Bach do with this? Mekalify. So, interesting. Okay. Dekapile kilufa. Right. To be kailef. That the word kailef he recognized from other places. Maybe on the Targum for by the Bayis Hamanuga and also by Yaakov and the sticks, but here it's kapil. But she's saying it's the same thing. Okay, Haitza. How are you gonna make on? We're gonna try to get up to the Mishnah over here for today. Haitza. If you're talking about something that's made out of woven palms, how are you gonna make a chazis on that? Haitza Rashi mas mechitzas tzarim keitzad yasu chazes Amar Rav Nachman sinufi yerechi milevar. So Rashi sinufi yerechi milevar. Rashi haitzim yeshev or yasev letzad stei chaverich sheyes soinef ha'haitzim kisheyichle ha'echad. Because it sounds like, right, you're making a woven fence and you keep integrating new pieces, and as you put a new one in, when one of them runs out, and you're putting a new one in, do it bending towards the outside. I don't think I have time to do visuals on this one. Shabbos is coming, we're not ready. So Rav Nachman sinufi yerechi milavar, or nusach acher rivi. Okay, Haga in Rashi yerechi gemin an la'el tefach yisera leveni urvi. Yeah, how does that help us at all? Beni Yarchi. Okay, so meaning if your ger is the Beni Yarchi, then that would be a good raya to bring. And Yarchi would mean the end of it, like Yarkasei Amishkan. V'rach pirish mitzir Rashi HaKanem v'dafna she'en HaKanem ha'im l'chazak ha'machitza l'chutz. V'rach pirish mitzir Rashi HaKanem v'dafna she'en HaKanem ha'im l'chazak ha'machitza. So Haitza v'dafna it would mean Daphna would be the laurel sticks that are thicker, and the Haitza, which is like, kashkal material, lulav ring stuff, is being woven around them. So it's the tips of those that are getting bent towards the outside. L'smecha kaisel v'zeu l'shain sinifin adkan. Oh, ha ha ha. So sinufi doesn't mean as you integrate new pieces of haitza. It would mean that the sinifin, the standing things, and this is going into like the Mishkan, the Lechem Apanim being supported by, according to the Mishnah, Menaches, right? The sinifin, and they're saying that also means those standing things. Okay. The Gemara v'navid, what are you doing on the outside? V'navid milagav, why not do that on the inner side? The other guy will also integrate pieces into it. Now you have it going both ways. Why can't the guy just chop off what you put there? So it's both of ours, which Gemara answers, mashrik leitina, that you mashrik, shorak. Shuriki Sumaiki. Hello? That's a mistake because it's 6 o'clock. Tell them Shula's at 7. Yeah. I'm giving a shir right now. I'm almost done. Mashrik, so the Sfas Hayam over here says tach. Okay, but what's the makar for that word? Okay. So Mashrik leitina, you rub some tin, mortar, and that would get blended in with it. The guy could just cut it off. Khalifa made the idea. It would be obvious that it had been shorn. Abaye Amar, nope. Abaye says you can't do it. Rav Nachman said to do this thing. Abaye is like, nope, the only way to do it is to have a documentation who built it. This is Abaye holds that removing the scraping off the cement or mortar from the from haitza, from these woven palm leaves, is not going to be noticeable. They both did it together. Then you do a double chazis. Frekt Rava from Parzika. Omer Rava mi Parzika or Mafrazika or Ravashi. Leyasu loizev loizeh. Why are you doing a double chazis? Just do a nothing. Leyasu chazis loizev loizev. Very simon leyaso echad b'shalosh. Ilu asaya yisach chazis mi b'chutz. Right? If one of them had done, he would have done a sign on the outside. So why are you going to have to? Why are you going to have to do a chazis for both of them? Amar lei leitzricha dekadam chaminayu va'avadidei v'ilei avad chavre Amar didei. So you're right. This is Rava mi Parzika asked Rav Ashi. Rav Ashi says you're right. We're talking about where the other guy did it first. Va'avadidei asachazis mi b'chutz, and now you have to scramble to catch up. Frekt Rava mi Parzika Omar Le V'tana takanta l'ramai kamash malon. What? And the Mishnah is going to tell you what to do if someone else did something like illicit, sneaky. And the Mishnah said the whole thing because he was concerned about fraud. Rashi's like, yeah, isn't the beginning of the Mishnah also telling you how to deal with a tricky guy? The point is it's telling you to make a chazis so you don't get messed over later. Rashi no, Omerle. So this is again Rava Miparzakia. Back to the Bach. Hi, my. What is this? How can you say that the Reisha is analogous to the Seifa? Bishlama Reisha Tanadina Umishum Dina Tana Takanta. It's telling you a din, and because of that, it told you what to do with it. Tanadina Rashi Hayo Bika in Minagligdar in Yachalakaifa Yalakaisech Shalayu Baine. Va'idi Tana Dina Tani Takanta Vaisachazis Mishum Ramai. We're telling you have to build your own thing, so we'll say that you should make a chazis lest something go wrong later. Ela seifa dina leitana da pshita dim osmidan shneim te osim mishal shneim v'kulim shum tekantu detanye. Meaning, it sounds like the Mishnah saying there's a din in a bika. You can't force the other guy to do it. So therefore, what do you have to do? And because of Ramai, we're going to say chazis. But the whole idea, they both want to do it, they can do it. Duh. So the whole thing about building it is gratuitous, and it's only needed to be stated because of the chazis business. Okay. So again, Amalei, hi, my B'shlama Reish Tanadinim Shem Dina Tantakanta Eliseifa Dina Katani Diktani Takanta. Is there a din there that we are there therefore saying some sort of tikkun for? Amaravina B'Haitzi Askinan. We're talking about Haitzi, and the meaning the extra part of the Mishnah is to be marbe when you're making a wall of Haitzi v'dafna, woven palm things. La'apoke, right? La'apuke mid'abayid amar Haitzi l'sei takanta el b'shtara k'mashmalan b'chaz is sagya. So this who's saying this? This is Ravina. Ravina is saying that the reason why the Mishnah is saying this extra seifa, which is purely a thing for a Ramai, is to tell you that yes, you can do a chazis by Haitza v'dafna. We're going to start over here. We're going to stop over here by Makif. B'neder Mitzvah Shabbos. We'll do the rest of Dalit and Hey. Shkayach. Good Shabbos.